whether you want it or not, whether you believe in it or not, whether you think you're worthy of it or not. It is right now in this moment the energy of it. I call it because to me, the divine, the beloved, whatever you call that thing, that big, wonderful, invisible, ever-present presence, I know it as energy. So it is. It wraps itself around me, and it is in this moment. The air on your face. Feel it. It is the chair that you sit on, supporting you so that you can simply listen. It is in all things, all the time, seeking your attention. Today is about being willing to open a little door that says, well, maybe she's right. Maybe this great love is real. And maybe it's paying attention to me. Because it is. Our denomination, the Centers for Spiritual Living, are all invested in a theme for the year. And the theme for this week is Awakening to Your Spiritual Magnificence. So in religious science churches all over, people are teaching the same theme, and it comes out differently depending on who's doing the talk. To me, awakening to your spiritual magnificence happens when you realize that in a time of doubt or worry or frustration or anger, and you don't know what to do, you don't like who you are in it, you are frustrated with everyone around you, that all of a sudden you can find a sense of peace. And you think, where'd that come from? Or there's someone in front of you whose heart is broken and they're sobbing. And you think, oh, what do I say to them? And then the words start to flow. Whatever comes out of your mouth, you allow, and it's just the right thing. There is a part of you, when you think that you don't know what to do, that knows what to do, that knows what to say. That part of you is your spiritual magnificence. When you awaken to it, when you go, oh, how did I know that? And you keep paying attention, you allow your spiritual magnificence to keep awakening. But if you get busy, or got to check my cell phone, got to see what's going on, and you shove it away, it goes. Now your spiritual magnificence constantly tries to make itself known to you. It is up to you to allow it. I have discovered that God's purpose in our life is to be happy. Plain and simple. They make these huge religions when really our only purpose is to be happy. Because when we are happy, the energy of our happiness goes out into the world and touches people who are not happy, who are worried. But when we're happy, our happy, peaceful, joyful, hopeful energy can touch them in a way that can leave them thinking, it's going to be okay. As each one of us awakens to our spiritual magnificence, we add to the energy of the beauty and the happiness and the fulfillment of the world. If the whole world in one moment allowed themselves the happiness that the divine offers us in every moment, there would be no war. Because we would all awaken in our own way to our spiritual magnificence. And if we all knew it, we would see each other in a new light. I wrote a book called Remembering Who I Am, a Spiritual Guide to Happiness, because I realized that there's a whole lot of people who want to be happy. Wouldn't anybody want to be happy? But they keep turning it away, and they don't realize they're doing it. So this book is about walking people through what may cause them to hesitate accepting happiness in their lives. And this is the very beginning of the introduction. Choosing happiness in our everyday lives takes courage. If you're tempted to play small in order to appease another, you're shoving happiness away. Standing up for yourself, owning your self-worth can be scary. That's where choice comes in. Will you choose your happiness or give it away? Awakening to your spiritual magnificence asks you to choose it. To stand up for yourself instead of giving it away. I have the basis of my talk on this flip chart. I used to teach little kids. I like flip charts. Doesn't this look like a teacher's printing? Yes. Ask yourself what's really important and then have the courage to build your life around your answer. Because if you are living what you think is really important, you are willing to stand up for it. 18 years ago, so I'm 68, I discovered God was real when I was 50. From that point forward, my choice, my passion became for that the whole world would know how divinely loved they are. So my life has changed a whole bunch because I keep standing up for it. My family, who, except for my daughter, who married a lovely Christian man, all the rest of them are still atheists, and they are shaking their heads. We don't know who you are. You're very happy, but no, we don't want to hear about it. No. It's okay. It is okay for everybody to be who they are, because that makes space for me to do what I want. And if they don't understand it, if I disappoint them, that's okay too, because I will not be stopped. What is it that is important to you, so important to you, that you are willing to build your life around it? And I am hoping that somewhere in there, that is so important to you is your own happiness. Because that is what the divine wants for you. One of the greatest gifts I can give myself is to consciously choose where to put my focus. Will I focus on my God or on my problem? Gratitude or victimization? Compassion or resentment? Peace or drama? I used to be really good at drama. And tippy-toeing around volatile people so that I could smooth the water so that we'd all be okay. Oh, that's about how it worked. It was a mess. Until I discovered that it is my job to live my best life and let everyone else live their lives no matter what it looks like. I was in Al-Anon, and if you don't know what Al-Anon is, it's for family and friends of people who drink too much, and their drinking affects you, then you belong. So I was there, and I heard the most wonderful saying. They said, give others the give others the dignity of being responsible for their own lives. And I thought, you're kidding. I thought it was my job. I mean, I really did. I thought it was my job. I was the best wife. I was the best mother if I took care of it all. Didn't work. So little by little, I started having the courage to build my life around my happiness, which involved letting everybody else have the dignity of being responsible for their own actions. A little over a year ago, my mom passed. She was 98. She was ready to go. My mom, the atheist, it was really interesting. I was with her every single afternoon for the last 5 years before she passed. She was clear-headed. We had wonderful conversations. She knew I was a minister. She's still scratching her head about it. But so I was really careful what I said to her. She doesn't believe, so I didn't try to push anything on her. We had many conversations about her passing, and I simply allowed her to say what she thought, which was, you're done, you become part of the earth, there's nothing after that, period. She was ready for it, and she had a good passing. It was beautiful. After it was over, then there was the will and the money and siblings. One of my siblings didn't act as I would have anticipated, and it got ugly. And so I have an older sibling and a younger sibling, and there I am in the middle going, oh, because they clash. And that was happening, and so this one sibling was trying to see if they could get more money and more power and all this stuff that it really, really got uncomfortably ugly. So, and I know that I'm not alone. It happens in so many families. I got to a place, there were these nasty emails going back and forth between the three of us. And I thought, Mom would hate this. But there was one point where it became clear that this one sibling really was after like a lot that Mom wouldn't have wanted. And then my other sibling jumped in, and it was a lot of name calling and all of that. And then they added all of the children and grandchildren on it, so that it became quite public, and it was really uncomfortable. So instead of turning to the drama, I turned to my God, because I honestly didn't know what to do. We are spiritual beings, but we are having very human relationships with people and experiences, and what are we supposed to do about that? And I honestly didn't know. I thought, Do I get a lawyer? Do I have a meeting? What is it that I should do? There was no clear-cut answer. So I took it to prayer and said, tell me what to do. And then I got on with my life. I stayed away from any emails from them, and it took a couple of days before I got my answer. And then all of a sudden, I got this thought that comes from deep within me that said, let it go. Just let it go. And for me, that's the way that my inner wisdom, my soul, talks to me. It is the spiritual magnificence that is within me. It's within all of us. And that's the way that it speaks to me, through a positive thought that I recognize. I've done it long enough that I understand my relationship with my inner wisdom. When that happened, I thought, oh, of course. It was like the burdens of the world just lifted. So I went down to my office, got on my laptop, and sent just the two of them a very loving email that said, I need to be done with this conversation. For my own peace of mind, I need to just let it go. I love you both. And signed it off. And then I thought, how good that feels. The worry was gone. When you're in a space of peace, peace is the happiness that comes from being aware of and being in your spiritual magnificence. When you're in that space of peace, not only does the moment change everything, because the energy of it changes everything, but in that space of peace opens this huge potential. Not only, but I didn't care. All I cared was I wanted out of the drama, and then I got it. I just went on with my life and dealing with the matters that at hand after Mom passed in a whole different way. Well, it turns out that nobody got any more money than anybody else. It all just like worked itself out, and I ended up being able to have a cordial relationship with both of my siblings, but mostly I liked myself. I liked myself for, instead of reacting in the moment, asking for divine wisdom, and then acting on it. It is really easy when you get caught up in matters that are important to you to not even want to ask for divine wisdom because, by golly, you want to do it your way. The energy it takes to do that, the energy it takes to be a right fighter, is not the kind of energy that gives you the prize, and the prize is inner peace. The prize is happiness. Happiness, there's really two kinds of happiness. One is the happiness of all the good that comes to us. You're happy because you found a $5 bill on the sidewalk, or you get the job, or you get the relationship, or it doesn't rain on your parade. It is outside of you. And of course we want those things. That's why we do spiritual mind treatments, so that we, and that's affirmative prayer, so that we invite to us all the things we want. That's why we take classes. We move toward the things we want that make us happy. That's what we can make our dreams come true. That is our human happiness, and it's a good thing. Our spiritual happiness comes from inner peace. That no matter what is going on around us, we can be calm, We can be a peaceful presence. We can have open to us ideas and solutions that we wouldn't have had we not chosen peace. There are times when you need to fight for what you want. You need to go after it. And there are times to let it go and allow something new to happen. When you don't know, remember, if you have awakened to your spiritual magnificence, you are aware that there is a part of you that knows what to do. Get quiet and ask, what do I do? You might want to journal afterwards, whatever comes up, draw a picture, and know that as it is asked, whether it is silently or aloud, it is acted upon. And you will have an answer. When you have your answer, if you have awakened to your spiritual magnificence, and you know the beauty and the truth of who you are, you will have the courage to act on it. Even if you make people mad, even if you think, oh man, am I letting go of something I shouldn't be letting go of? Allow it to happen. So in the next year, since Mom has passed, my siblings' lives have gone on. And in my letting go and turning it over to the beloved one, money has come to me in ways I couldn't have guessed. And a lot of it. I mean, I'm going, you're kidding, right? And I can feel the beloved say, yeah. You want some more? Here. I wonder if that would have happened if I would have stayed in the drama instead of letting it go and letting God do what God does. As have many others, I have discovered that my happiness is an inside job. If I count on someone else to do what I want them to do in order for me to be happy, I'm setting myself up to be disappointed. It takes a lot of personal willpower to practice knowing that I can be positive and peaceful no matter what is going on in my life. It takes faith, patience, and endurance to practice positivity. It takes a sense of self-worth and self-love to be willing to be happy and peaceful. When I make optimism and happiness my focus, it changes my energy. I look for what's wonderful about life. I hang out with people who uplift me and engage in activities that bring me pleasure. I begin to notice the positive things about me, and my self-esteem improves. Life's goodness starts coming my way. My body starts to feel better, or an offer for a new job appears. When I begin to heal in one aspect of my life, it positively affects every aspect of my life. I choose my own happiness because I'm worth my own time and attention. The most important thing for you to realize and hold on to is that you are worth your own time and attention. You are worth saying yes to you. You are worth allowing others to be disappointed in you because you're not playing the same game anymore. You are worth going after what's really important. And if you don't know what that is, you might want to attend the workshop this afternoon because we're going to take a look at that. Very often, when the beloved is trying to give you the kingdom, there is a part of you that says, I don't deserve it, and it stops it. You deserve it. Even if you have said and done things in your life for which you are so ashamed, know that in that moment you did the very best you knew how with what you had at that time. And because of it, I would venture a guess that you are a whole lot more compassionate with others who have messed up. You have been and will forever be loved without condition by a God that adores you. Say yes to you. Know that you deserve every happiness.